How were they found?
Douglas was in the middle of renovating his house when he found the bones in his basement.
And then?
Then he called the police. We spent an entire 2 days trying to dig out the rest of the bones from the cement floor.
So the bodies were buried in cement. That's smart.
Right. If the house never had to be renovated, the bones would have stayed there forever.
Did you manage to identify them?
Yes, they're the Smith family. Alex, Kate, and their 8-year-old daughter, Mary.
Dear God, the entire family were buried down there?
So it seems.
Has the cause of death been determined?
Not exactly. It's just that we didn't find any skulls there.
Are you saying that the bodies were buried headless?
Yes.
So where are the heads?
We've got no clue, I'm afraid.
What about the time of death?
About that, they remained buried there for 15 years.
So 15 years go by since the family is murdered and nobody reports them missing? Something's fishy.
Well, actually, sir, their disappearance was reported once by Kate's old sister on June 14th, 2005.
That's exactly 15 years ago.
Right, but only 2 days after filing the missing report, Alex Smith goes to the police station and identifies himself. After that, the case was closed for good.
Strange.
And that's not the whole story.
Go on.
Up until 2 years ago, the Smiths were residents of the same house where we found the skeletons. That's when they sold the house to Douglas and left the place.
What do you mean? How's that even possible? Are you sure they were the same Smiths?
Yes, sir. Kate's family, Alex's co-workers, and all the neighbors confirmed their identity. Even the new house owner, Douglas, he happened to know him pretty well.
My God. Do you have anything new on the Smiths? Any known whereabouts?
Unfortunately, no. There's been nothing new on any of the family members ever since 2 years ago. And their friends haven't heard anything either. This time, it really looks like they've gone missing.
And were they reported missing again?
Yes, sir. Same time, only 2 years ago.
The photo in the case file, is it the Smiths?
Yes, that's their family portrait, Alex, Kate, and Mary.
Let me see that. When was this photo taken again?
Around a year ago, before they sold their house and disappeared forever.
That means 3 years ago.
Right.
Strange.
What's strange?
Here, take another look at this photo. Right there. Take a closer look. There's a line around their neck. All 3 of them.
Yeah, looks like to be an old scar.
Good God.
I'm Benjamin, and I have the world's strangest job. What I'm about to tell you might catch you off guard. You might find it unbelievable that such a profession could even exist in the first place. But I assure you that your very disbelief is also part of this job. I work in an undercover organization directly supervised by the government, whose objective is to debunk real accounts of people's encounters with extraterrestrial life. Surely you must have seen weird news headlines or images about UFOs and aliens in papers, social media, or on television. And it definitely must have seen Inconvincible. Even if the piece of news came with undeniable evidence such as photographs, footages, or eyewitness accounts, you still wouldn't believe neither the story nor its images. Naturally, readers of such news stories will be divided. Some will take them as sheer facts, and some will find them completely fabricated. And this is exactly where we come in to throw as much non-essential, made-up details, photos, film footages, witnesses, etc. And before you know it, people start getting confused whether these stories are real or false as they go through piles of fake news. I wouldn't really know why governments tend to hide true stories by producing fake news. But one thing that I'm certain about is there exist many secret organizations all over the world inside every government whose sole purpose is to publish fabricated stories. And they do so only to conceal the truth.
Jack? Hey, wake up. Wake up, Jack. Something's in the basement.
I opened my eyes slowly as I heard Anna's voice. What's up, Anna? Are you having one of those bad dreams? She was holding tight onto my shoulders.
There's something down there, Jack. Something's in the basement.
Anna said fearfully. What are you talking about? It must have been some nightmare. But Anna was too terrified to be calmed down by few reassuring words.
I wasn't dreaming, Jack. I went to the kitchen to get some water. Then I saw the basement door was open.
She said. Well, maybe we forgot to close the basement door. That doesn't mean anyone is down there. Anna's fear turned into annoyance.
That's not all of it. I heard a voice coming from downstairs, Jack. I'm sure there's something in the basement.
I reluctantly got out of the bed and said, maybe it's just a cat.
We don't have a cat, Jack.
I know, but cats, those pesky little creatures are everywhere.
That was no cat, Jack.
Either way, I'm going to have a look in the basement. Give me a couple of minutes and everything will be clear.
Jack!
Yep.
Don't go empty-handed. I swear there's something lurking in the basement. I heard his footsteps, Jack. It was no sound of a cat.
Anna panicking, and her last remarks about footsteps made me take things a bit more seriously. Fine, I'll watch out. I took my old baseball bat from the closet and went on, while trying to keep my cool. Now I'm all armed. Nothing can stand before me, not even a giant cat. Anna was too scared to giggle at my silly joke. She was just staring at me while sitting on the bed, distressed.
Be careful, Jack,
she said while letting out a weak whimper as I reached the door. Don't worry, Anna, there's nothing out there. I carefully walked to the half-open basement door at the end of the hallway and kept swinging the bat in my hands as I got closer, so that any second I could smack the first thing that came out of there, smashing its brain on the floor. I reached the basement door, locked down the stairs. It was too dark to see anything. Hey, hello, anyone down there? I heard a weak crackling sound, and then saw a shadow crawling in the dark, hiding in a corner. There you are! I saw you! Come out! Silence. Alright, if that's how you want to do it, I'm coming right down. Trying to keep my eyes fixed on the darkness downstairs, I placed my hand on the wall until I felt the light switch onto my fingers. I flicked it and the basement was lit up. Gently I went down the stairs. The bat felt so heavy it was making my palms sweat. Show yourself and don't do anything stupid. I've got a baseball bat, and you can bet I'll break your bones with it if it comes to that. Again, silence. I reached the bottom of these stairs, heard another crackle. I turned to the sound and saw something hiding behind one of the shelves. Huh, I saw you. I know you're hiding back there. I slowly walked to the shelf, held the baseball bat above my head. I was ready to strike the thing with it at any moment. I got close to the shelves. A woman was sitting on the ground at the back, trying to stay hidden. Hey, who are you? The woman lifted her head up and looked at me.
Oh my God, Jack, it's you.
She said, petrified. Anna? Anna was trembling with fear while sitting on the floor behind the shelf.
Jack! Oh, Jack! There's something upstairs in our bedroom. I saw it with my own eyes. It was lying in bed beside you.